Good morning. I want to thank Clerk Yarbrough for being with us today to celebrate a very important day, National Voter Registration Day. I want to thank Lizzie Rangel, who is our sign language interpreter. I also want to recognize members of the Divine Nine who are here with us today. Joel Harris, who's Vice President of the National Panhellenic Council, Chicago Chapter, and Sean Long, Omega Psi Phi, who's First Vice District Representative. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you. Your participation today sends an important signal to our youth and our adults across the county, across the country, about the importance of voting, especially during these unsettling times. We're just 42 days away from what I cannot emphasize strongly enough will be the most important election of our lifetimes. The most important election of our lifetimes. If you're not registered to vote, it's not too late. It's crucial that you make a plan now on where and when you will vote. We're in the middle of what has been an incredibly challenging and tumultuous year. The COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted our daily lives in ways that we couldn't have imagined. We're also in a moment of national reckoning with racial injustice and police violence. I am so proud of the young people who have exercised their right to peacefully protest over the last few months and who have called out the tremendous systemic injustices in our society. I'm hopeful that these young people will take the same determination and spirit to the polls in November. The importance of voting can't be understated. It's our civic duty. Your voice is needed now more than ever. But beyond casting your vote, we need our young people to step up this year in another way. Cook County is in need of election judges. I urge students, young adults, neighbors, and friends to volunteer as an election judge if you're able. Many of our election judges are senior citizens, and they're fearful of their health in this challenging time and are unable, as they usually do, to be election judges. Let me speak now to those who need to register to vote. You can register to vote on the Cook County Clerk's website. That's www.cookcountyclerk.com. We urge residents who are elderly or at high risk of contracting COVID-19 to vote by mail. To do so, you must request a mail-in ballot by October 29th, and mail-in ballots are available in 12 languages so that everyone has access to the information they need to participate. If you are healthy and able to vote in person, early voting begins on October 9th and continues until November 2nd. If you plan to vote in person, please try to vote early and avoid waiting in long lines on Election Day. If you vote on Election Day, as I always do, make sure you know where your polling location is. Our county clerk's office website has a feature that allows you to check on waiting times. Voting is a way to show support for the issues that matter to us and a way to support our communities. Even if your favorite candidate is not at the top of the ballot, there are still important local races and referendums this year. Your vote matters. Whenever I talk to students, I remind them that I won election as alderman of the 4th Ward on my third try by 109 votes out of more than 11,000 cast. For any young person, or for that matter, any person, who still believes their vote doesn't matter, or maybe you're displeased with the choice of candidates, you must understand how much is at stake. From who gets a lifetime position to the Supreme Court, to whether or not the Affordable Care Act continues to be constitutional, your vote matters now more than ever. Fulfill your civic duty. Register and then vote. A better tomorrow depends on you today. I want to thank again all the folks from the Divine Nine who've joined us today and turn the podium over to Clerk Yarbrough.
Thank you so much, Madam President, and good morning, and thanks to all of you for joining us on this National Voters Registration Day. Thank you to all of the dedicated representatives from the Divine Nine who are joining us, and you will hear from them. We appreciate your tremendous energy and dedication to promoting voters registration and voting. I am extremely proud to be the administrator of elections in Cook County. I'm the first African American and the first woman. You can give me a hand for that. This is a very important day to remind everyone to get registered to vote. As President Preckwinkle indicated, we all need to make our voices heard in this process. Each and every vote counts and is crucial as we participate in this fundamental right of democracy. Now, you know, like I do, this is going to be an unusual election in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic. But I want to assure all of you that the dedicated employees of Cook County Clerk's Office have been working round the clock to help ensure that voters can cast their ballots in the manner in which they feel most comfortable, whether that's voting by mail, voting early, or voting in person on Election Day. We've also expanded our services and increasing safety practices and precautions to ensure that voters can cast their ballots in the manner of their choice and in which they feel most comfortable. I want to remind everyone that there's still plenty of time to request a mail ballot. And all you need to do is go to our website at cookcountyclerk.com, where you can complete this application online. We have an extensive amount of voting information posted on our site, which can answer any of the concerns or questions that voters may have. I also want to note that the Illinois Secretary of State recently sent a letter to registered voters that may be causing some confusion for those who have already requested mail ballots from my office. So for those voters who have requested a mail ballot, there's no need for further action on your part. I repeat, no need for further action on your part. My office is currently processing mail ballot applications, and we will actually begin mailing them to voters beginning this Thursday. You can obtain more information on this issue on our website as well. Thank you again for being here this afternoon. Despite the challenges we are facing, I am feeling energized and confident that we here in Cook County will be delivering an election process that is fair and equitable for all who participate. A couple of notes on dates. The first date of grace period registration and voting is October 7th. The last day to register to vote online application is October 18th. October 19th is the first day of early voting. The last day to request a mail ballot, including military and overseas voters, is October 29th. Finally, 11/3, the last day mail ballots can be postmarked. Make your vote be heard. Thank you. And I think we're going to hear from...
We all know that a first-time voter is a lifetime voter. And we want to encourage our children, we want to encourage our parents and our grandparents to get out and serve at the polls. The Divine Nine has a history of social action and serving our communities, and each one of our organizations are going to challenge our communities to come out and make sure that they vote. But we're also going to challenge our organizations to get out and make sure that they work the polls for this election cycle. Thank you.
All right, I'd first like to thank President Preckwinkle and Ms. Yarbrough for having us here today. I am Joel Harris. I am a 33-year member of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I am the Vice President of the National Panhellenic Council, Chicago. NPAC Chicago is a chapter of the National Panhellenic a collaboration organization. Of the 9 black letter Greek organizations, we are the largest in the nation. We have 45 to 50 participating chapters. The council remains committed to the mission of being united to make the difference in our community. Being centrally focused, the National Clinic Council promotes the programs of initiatives of improvement, the African American condition, from the academic, economic, and social civic perspective. Our Social Action Committee is executing a robust Get Out the Vote campaign entitled Vote 2020. At this very moment, approximately 10 chapters are engaged in voter registration all over the city of Chicago today, including here at the Daily Plaza. There have been at least a few months of registering for voting activity. Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, Omega Psi Phi, Phi Beta Sigma, has joined forces with Operation Push to register voters on several major voter registration events. Even today, they're registering voters. Delta Sigma Theta, Chicago Alumni Chapter, LaToya Dixon, Midwest Regional Social Action Chairman, is hosting an online engagement event for the Board of Elections tonight. Sigma Gamma Rho, Theta Chi Chapter, is hosting a digital voter registration. And Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Theta Omega Chapter, text over 10,000 voters, reminding them to get out to vote. Our Social Action Chairman, Ms. Kimberly Egwin, who serves as the Central Regional Representative of the International Committee, has been named the National Chair of Alpha Kappa Alpha Vote Protection Program, the first of its kind in any Greek organization. So we are on the move to ensure that every eligible voter has a 2020 pandemic voting plan and will have the ability to exercise his or her right to vote. President Preckwinkle and Clerk Yarbrough, we thank you again for this opportunity, and please go to www.nphccchicago.org for more information that will link your registration to vote and apply by voting to make this 2020 pandemic voting plan work for us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, are there any questions on the line? I'm going to give this to you, Nick.
Do you have anybody on the line?
We have questions on the line? Hearing none, I want to thank everyone again for joining us today. I really appreciate your good work on behalf of our democracy. Thank you very much.